Hi, I'm Tim Roble, and welcome to day 16 of Adventure Athlete's Expedition Truck Build. Yesterday, I basically took the time to go do some shopping. I needed to sort and figure out what flooring I was going to use, and I needed to pick up some sheet metal and 1 more gallon of Hurcliner. So what I ended up getting done yesterday is I got these tubes down here welded in. I came up with my flooring, life-proof flooring. Pretty impressed with this. I spent about an hour and a half, 2 hours at Home Depot yesterday, talking with some of the associates, telling them what I'm going to do, taking what their recommendations were, and what we came up with is I pretty much came up with this life-proof flooring. It's got like a nice backer on it, and it snap locks together, and it looks like it's going to be somewhat easy to work with. It doesn't require adhesive or nails or anything to hold it down, but being that it's going to be in an off-road RV, jumping and bouncing around all the time, I'm going to put it down with some liquid nails, some of their subfloor sealant, and I'll just put a couple spots on the back side, you know, in a couple areas on each piece I put down, just to still allow some things to flex and shift a little bit, but to keep it from flying around so much. I am going to build a subfloor inside the cab, and that's going to go to the front seats, and still have to drop the battery down in this area. That'll be kind of a flush mount deal, I hope. I still haven't checked the room, but I got the sheet metal to build a box for that. But basically, this is going to run up behind the seats and give it a really nice transfer and look. I worked a little bit on the C-pillar here, and I got that kind of molded in. I picked up some 18 gauge 65 thousandths sheet metal that I'm going to spot in basically in this area right here and tie that into the frame. And then I got some spray foam that I'm going to fill the void with the spray foam, trying to keep this thing as quiet as possible going down the road. Another thing that I got yesterday is, remember, we're going to do a drop down rear door like a toy hauler. It's going to come down, and there'll be basically a ramp to ride the motorcycle up and in the vehicle. Then I got these cool little boxes that are set up to take deadbolts. I'm going to run a deadbolt on each side. Looks like the width of the back door is going to be somewhere around 3 foot. I may even extend that to 4. The center aisleway down the center of everything is going to end up being about 23.5 inches. So I have a little bit of room to play with on how big of an opening I want. You know, one of my thoughts to this is being able to go down to Home Depot and buy a sheet of plywood for the house or a project, or you know, you're going to get a new TV or something to be able to put that in the back. So I want the door to be big enough to access and make things modular. You know, although this is an off-road RV camper, I want to make sure that it's practical. You know, this is my daily driver. You know, before this truck, my daily driver was a 1990 Ford E350 box van, and that was the most practical vehicle I ever owned. I could go get a 14-foot piece of lumber and put it in there. No problem putting drywall or 4x8 sheets of plywood in that. So that was my vehicle. I got rid of that due to gas mileage, but it was the most practical vehicle that I ever owned in my life, of having a lot of really cool stuff. I never would have thought a box van would have been my my best thing to own. So on this, it's basically what I'm building is a little bit more fuel efficient, better off-road capabilities. You know, I do plan on driving this out in the dunes a little bit, not as like a pre-runner really, but the suspension will be set up to work off-road. We're looking at 14 to 16 inches in the rear with the Atlas springs and the Fox 3-tube bypasses on it. Eventually I will do the Fox coilovers that I can tune. May even go straight axle. I'm not sure. I think that's probably overkill for this project, because I'm not really going to be out rock crawling it, although when we come across some rocks on the trail that we have to crawl to get from one place to another, I plan on knocking that out, and that's what I'm building this rig for. Anyway, if you like this type of thing, hit like and subscribe. Love to hear your comments down below. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching. I'm Tim Roble, and I'll catch you here next time.